Hello, this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington with Discover Brightside, the video podcast. We just discovered Coach Marissa, and she talked to us about how to declutter your home. And Dr. Angela just shared her testimonial on how all these toxins in your home can really affect your health, in case you didn't know. And if you would like to learn more about it, please DM us or write us a comment, and we will send you information. In the meantime, my next guest is Dr. Marline, and Dr. Marline has a very special message for women. So, Dr. Marline, please share your story and tell us what you do.
Thank you so very much for having me. It's truly a pleasure to be here. And any opportunity I have to not only meet wonderful women, but just listen to each other's stories and share our stories with each other in hopes of inspiring others, it's always a great one. So I have a duality with me, or multiplicity, I should say. I currently work as a chief financial officer and a managing director of HR and leadership development. I'm an executive, have leadership experience, and I recently pursued my doctorate and I successfully defended. And my research is based on the lived infertility experience of women in leadership roles. And I have to tell you that that has really added on to the work that I've been doing over the past few years, which surrounds around women empowerment, building resilience, teaching women and companies how to incorporate resilience into their operating system and how we do it as women into our life, and stop trying to do everything on our own, right? Stop trying to take it all on. So I also work as a coach, and all of this work started off after my own 15-year infertility journey. And by the time my journey was over, I ended up writing a book. I didn't set out to write the book, but it ended up coming out of some journal entries that I made all throughout my journey. And I said, I want to be able to help other women with my story because I know I'm not the only one. And lo and behold, after writing that book, that quest for more, what else can I do? So I started speaking, and I eventually started coaching women, not only on fertility or family building, but also, like I mentioned, confidence, resilience building, and also just as a career executive as well, some of the things that I find also with my research is that whatever we're dealing with personally in our lives tend to infringe on our corporate aspirations or our career aspirations, and having to feel like you need to choose between either starting or nurturing your family and whether or not you're growing your career. So I do a multitude of things. I'm just happy to just always be in the company of great women and helping however I can.
Oh, that's amazing. And so, tell us about the book that you just wrote, and is it on Amazon? I'll make sure it's available on our Brightside store as well, because sometimes Coach Marissa and all three of you are authors. So
Yeah,
sometimes what happens is people see you all on my show, but then they can't find your books because,
right,
they might have caught the video, like, say, in the middle of the conversation. So they missed,
right.
the part where so we have a store which we share the link. And so all the books are available. So if you catch the video in the middle and you missed buying the books, you will get a copy of the book if you purchase it from Amazon. We do get a small commission because we are affiliates for Amazon, but at least all the books are in one place, easy to find and cataloged as well. So tell me about the book and more details about that. What is in the book that will help women?
Absolutely. The book is called It'll Happen by 30, A Relentless Journey of Faith, Delayed but Not Denied. And it's a book that chronicles my husband and I's 15-year infertility journey. And it's a story about just what do you do in life when things don't go according to plan? And all of us in the world, we like to plan things, whether it's what we're doing on the weekend, what we're doing for our birthday, whatever it is. So imagine as women, we take it a step further, and we want to plan our whole life. By the time I'm 20, I want to do this. By the time I'm 30, I want to do that. But unfortunately, life doesn't happen that way. So not only is it a story of chronicling my infertility journey, which also helps other women who are going through the journey know that they're not alone. And just like I went through it, and our end result may not always be the same, but there's something about having that sense of relatability when you're reading a story where you're like, oh my gosh, I see myself in this scene. I see myself on this page, and it kind of just helps keep you motivated and keep you to keep going. And for those who maybe have not had a infertility journey, well, just like I mentioned, you could have gone through life with having another type of disruption. For some women, it's domestic violence, unfortunately. Others, it's probably loss or grief. And just all of the different things that women deal with. And it just also allows people to learn about or be aware of the different situations so that you also know how to help a friend or a family member who may be going through infertility. What are some things to say? What are some things you don't say? How do you support someone who's going through a disruption and maybe you can or can't relate? So it's just about finding that human centeredness in all the different relationships so you don't have to have walked through their shoes. That sense of empathy is built in and helps you get through. So it was my very, very first book. I'm very happy about it. And one of the things I love about the book is that, you know how when you read someone's story, there's one thing to think back to what happened. But what makes my book different is there were actual journal entries from that day or when things were actually happening. So you get to live with me. Okay, I have this deadline at work that I've been working towards, but then my doctor's office called because with the hormones that I was on, the levels are where they need to be. So I need to leave. Okay, but then what do I tell my boss? Or I have to go to a baby shower and maybe I don't want to go because maybe I'm bloated, right? And you don't want people to know what's happening. How do you get out of that? Or just all the things. So it's something about recanting a day in the life of someone when you're actually reading what was going on real time versus just thinking back. And I love that because some of the parts that I had to fill in between, because there are gaps with the event, with how I did the journaling, but it's really special because you really get to say like, oh my gosh, I remember a part of the book where the Miami Heat. I was born and raised in Miami, Florida, and it was one of the years that the Miami Heat was in the playoffs and they were in the running to go to the NBA championships. And here I am, I'm at my friend's house, and we've all gathered around, but I can't have alcohol, right? Because I'm going through these treatments, and you're trying to come up with fancy ways to, kind of excuse yourself and things like that. But it's a really special book, and I have to tell you, although I didn't plan on writing it for the sake of what it's being used for now and how it's being used to help now, it really has changed my life. It has changed my life and opened up a totally different trajectory for me.
Yeah, I, Angela and I have been talking about this for a long time about
Yes.
menopause, premenopause, and we had a woman on our show that had 9 pregnancies, and
Wow.
she lost 9 babies, and I think the ninth one she finally gave birth to. But
Yeah.
her testimony is second to one because she was
Yeah.
wrongly diagnosed. She got all the worst treatment, and she pioneered and
Yeah.
succeeded. And after the ninth one, I think, or it's the eighth one that she got a baby. So
Yeah.
I would love to read your book, Dr. Ma, and yours, Marissa, and yours, Angela. And any questions for Dr. Marissa before I close out? Any questions? Okay. All right. So we'll make sure the books are available to you. We'll make sure the videos are available to you. And I'll also make sure that you see Coach Marissa, who talks about decluttering your home and how personal it is that we hold on to things that we really don't need. So come on. This is your chance to clean your home, declutter your home or office or environment. Clean yourself internally, get healthier, get a better lifestyle, start living more, enjoying life, and be the woman you were supposed to be. We women are so in love with the world. We help our churches, we help our families, we help our kids. We have no time for ourselves. So come to Brightside, where women have a good time, and we teach you how to be the best woman that you can be so that you can lead and you can be a powerful CEO, and that you can be the woman that you were born to be. All right. So don't let people define who you are. Thank you for watching Discover Brightside.